Welcome to Rightside Radio. It is Friday. It's a Freedom Friday. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair. See, you look great in white. And JP.
I mean, it's a little glowy. You know, you're not supposed to wear white on camera. All the radio listeners are good. But apparently it adds some poundages to you.
It does?
Well, that's what they say. You know, they.
Well, but they are not. If Dana Perino wears white, you can too.
I was too far down the road to change. So,
well, you know what? It's a cute sweater. I like that one.
JP dressed up today too.
You want to know why?
Why?
It's because this was the last clean shirt of my clothes package from Gadsden, so I got to make a day trip back to Gadsden. and I didn't pack any actual jackets either, and so I'm gonna need those before next week.
Oh,
yeah,
it's gonna get cold.
Yeah, it's
like 20s,
real cold.
Yeah,
finally cold.
Gosh, I hate cold.
Are y'all happy about that? That it's
no.
How do you feel about cold?
I mean, there's part of me like I don't love when it gets so dark early, but there's a little part of me that kind of likes it because like football's on almost every night and you can build a fire and you go to bed early and not feel guilty. But it's actually kind of depressing in some ways.
I'm a spring, summer guy over a winter guy. The only good thing about winter is my birthday being in winter, and that's it.
When's your birthday?
January.
What?
January 17th.
Okay.
I have a child born in January.
It is cold, but it's because you have no hair.
Yeah,
and
I think
all the
that's
heat
it.
just escapes.
Yeah, the heat escapes
all the time.
Yeah, I always got to have hoodies or a hat on or something.
It's called
are you a beanie wearer?
Yeah, whenever it's really cold. Yeah.
Okay, that's a whole thing.
Hey, Monday, we're all going to the Covenant Rescue Group golf tournament. We're going to have a table there, and it's going to be cold. I already have the hand warmers packed for all of us.
Bless your heart.
Yes, I got them out today. Oh, you mean that? Yeah, I got them out. So, JP, I don't know if you're going back to Gadsden this weekend, but you might need to get a jacket.
I'm making a day trip tomorrow, and we'll be getting all the jackets. Yeah.
Do you remember? Did any of your kids play softball or baseball?
Jennings did. She was on the Blue Dolphins.
I remember feeling just unbelievably bitter when Molly played softball.
Why?
And it was cold because they start swinging the bats when it's still dark outside. So usually February, March, I don't know. She had a term for it. I did my best not to know, although I love softball. But I would sit there with the hand warmers in my jacket pocket because you had to watch, their practice, or I'd pick her up, or we'd be at a game. But the beginning of softball season is brutally cold. Mad respect to the girls up north who play it, and they're out there freezing. What? No, thank you.
Yeah, and when you hit with a bat and you hit on like the end of the bat.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Does it hurt?
Oh yeah.
I can't ever make contact with the ball.
Your whole hand vibrates. Yeah. It's the worst.
Did you ever just tell your kids when they're out on the field, you're like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And then just kind of disappear to the car.
Did you do that?
I mean, I was back. I came back. I was somebody took my seat on the front row. Yes, I did that. I mean, when they're young, I would try and park where I could still see them. But if I couldn't, sometimes it was just cold. But when you're young, you don't know. You don't really feel the cold. But when you're old like us, you do.
I got another question about sports for you. JP, you may have asked your parents this same question, although I know the answer to your parents' question, or that you would have asked them. But I had two of mine ask me, Mom, did you see that bucket I just made? Or were you talking?
Always yes. No, it's always yes.
And I was like, of course I saw it. And then I'd have to turn to somebody and go, was that why they were cheering? Because I don't know if they made an assist, if they got a rebound. I don't know. I was talking.
My parents
having fun.
My parents, my mom in particular, would make.
Your mom's an OG athlete. Let me say
they would sit away from the majority of the other parents.
That's my husband.
They could watch in silence.
And my husband, our former co-host, absolutely will know that he is not interested. Let me just PSA. Please don't try to talk to Chris Shaver during basketball games. He doesn't want to talk. He just wants to watch basketball. And he'll talk to you at halftime. He'll talk to you before and after. But please, during the game, I'm asking you on behalf of humanity, just let the man watch the game in peace. Now, however, I'm barely paying attention. So we can talk. It's great.
Except for when your kids score. Then you're watching
when they're
everyone.
playing, then I like laser focused and I'm watching. But I had to learn from Molly because she played softball, volleyball, basketball, and she, precious child that she was, mom, did you see that?
Do you think we get a pass from God to lie?
That's righteous deception.
It's not telling the whole truth.
It's
I saw it
in my mind's eye.
What is it?
It happened all right here.
I saw it. I heard them yell your name, baby.
Sweet baby.
Sweet.
I kind of miss those days.
Oh, those were such good days.
They were.
Parents of older kids, tell us on the text line, do you miss those days? I do. I have a hard time. We even went to the consignment shop before I got here today, which they have good stuff at ours right now. They have very expensive shoes.
I'm trying to think of which one you go to.
Style Encore.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They have really expensive shoes. Like, this is not a consignment store shoe.
Did you buy them?
No, but I was just looking at the prices because I'm like, I did not come here for that. Anywho.
Since when do you not buy the things?
But I'm saying that when we separate, even now, I'm like, don't cry. Like, don't cry because she's going off to meet her friends and then she's going to Mississippi for the weekend.
You almost cried today?
Yeah. I was like, where'd this come from?
Oh.
But you miss the days. The days go by in a flash, in a blink. And I tell that to my daughter with 2 littles right now, which, hey, girls, I know I'll see you in a couple of hours. But the days like that. Don't you feel like that, Allison?
Yeah. I don't know how we got here. I really do enjoy having older kids, though.
Yes.
I mean, it's exhausting because they're all, and like my daughter just broke up with her boyfriend of 4 years, and this is a whole thing. And so what are we doing? We're getting her a puppy because that's what you do. And, so it's very emotionally draining, but I just watch these little like 4, 5, 6-year-olds, and I would so go back. I think I would, but I like having older kids. They're fun to hang out with. And I really like I like
you like
most
kids.
of them most of the time.
You like them.
But
we love our kids, but we also like them.
JP's age is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the age of my oldest child.
Wow. Does that make you feel old?
He's a baby. Yeah. But anyway, I no more sitting in the cold. Well, until we have to go on Monday, we got to go back to the cold.
We will
and
go
watch
back to
some
the
old
cold.
guys play golf.
Yeah. Well, at least we'll have a good time. So we'll see everybody out there. We'll be at another event on Monday night as well.
Monday night.
We have a huge day on Monday. We look forward to meeting y'all also.
Yeah, it'll be good. But go to Gadsden, get your coat. We're gonna mom you right now.
I'm gonna get all my coats.
And get your
all the
toboggan.
things.
You don't have to tell me to get warm clothes.
Okay.
I hate being cold.
Yes. The people who say, well, you can always put on more clothes, but when you're hot, you can only take off some. No. Being cold is way worse.
Miserable.
Way worse than being hot. 100%.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hate being cold. I probably why I didn't play sports.
Is this a good time to tell you, JP, that I'm hot? Can you turn the air down?
Yeah.
I'm serious. I'm sweating.
The air's not even on.
Well,
why.
that's
so.
What? I'm like, is this a flash? I don't think it's a flash. Are you hot?
No, I'm cold all the time
Oh.
now. This is terrible. So I realize that we need to take a break, but it's going to be a beautiful segue into the montage when we come back because a Sporty Spice is in the montage today. And we have some fabulous discussions. We know it's Freedom Friday, and the montage reflects Freedom Friday and the discussions we're going to have. And then at the very end of the show, in the middle of the show, JP is doing sports. Thank goodness JP is going to do sports. And then at the end of the show, we will play our exit question of the day game. We need to actually name it officially, but we'll do that. So right now, just buckle up, get yourselves locked in. We have quite the show for you today. You literally don't want to miss it. You'll be talking about it all weekend. So don't have FOMO. Just come right back. Okay? Okay. See you on the other side.
You want me to do it?
Yes.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio 2.0. I noticed we kind of dropped the 2.0.
We did. Should we
It's just
keep
right
it?
side radio.
It's
Yeah,
Rightside
it
Radio.
just felt natural. We didn't even mean to, but we're back. And y'all are killing me because we should never click on the text line until we're ready to be entertained because it's really funny every time. And Connor just killing it again from Huntsville. Nothing beats a wet soccer field in Atlanta in February. Your feet get so cold and then it's all over. I cannot stand wet tennis shoes. I actually think we've already talked about that. Wet.
Can
it
you
makes me
find
like
a sound effect of wet shoes and wet socks?
I probably can if you want to play it on.
Something like
I'm
that.
with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you. It's awful.
Yeah, it's bad. It's so bad. Who gets to control the Tom with all the kids? Who gets to control the temperature in the car with the husband or the wife?
Mm.
I think the better question is who controls the temperature in the studio?
Yeah,
Mm.
it's really until
We go on how Allison's feeling.
Yeah. It's really until
We're
Allison says she's hot that we turn the air on. Yeah. And then either me or Amy Beth will say, okay, it's freezing in here. And we turn
Me
it
too.
off.
I brought a blanket because I realize
That is
these
true.
days
You do
I'm
have a
very
blanket.
cold. And so I have a blanket. And sometimes I forget to take the blanket off on the live stream when we go back.
It's appropriate because you just look like a
Little
sweet little
granny-
old lady.
Little granny blanket.
Like I picture that Kay Ivy just does the same thing. She sips her bourbon and has her little shawl.
It's never too cold for a high stepper.
No. You want to see what's in my
And
purse?
Adam from Athens, thank you for your text. He said, what thank you. Happy Friday to you as well. What hurt worse for me was when you hit off the handle of the bat.
Oh, it's the worst. The worst.
Is it the worst?
Oh, it's awful.
Do your hands just vibrate for like
Yeah. You do it, you drop your bat and you're like, walk around.
Oh man.
Yeah.
ugh. And then on top of that, if you actually hit the ball far, you got to run.
Oh, yeah. Well, typically when you hit it like that, it's like straight into the ground in front and it's an
little
out.
dinger.
So now you got to run to first like this while you're getting thrown out.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about that. I didn't know how to hit a ball until I was in college. So well, I did have to play tennis, but that's another subject for another day. I will pause. Okay.
Montage time.
It's time for JP's miraculous montage, or Allison.
Stan McDonald, bye for the news.
For news.
Let me make this really simple. No one's winning. Not Republicans, not Democrats. When military members cannot pay their bills, when air traffic controllers are calling out because they get zeros on their paycheck, when our safety is at issue in the skies, no one is winning. Filibuster, not passed legislatively. Filibuster can be removed for the sole purpose of spending bills. You can just remove the filibuster to open the government. When military members are hurting, when we are not safe in the skies, it is time to nuke the filibuster for spending bills because Democrats are hurting our country.
The criticism of the content, which was basically that maybe specifically in this political climate, like white people shouldn't joke about genetic superiority. Since you are talking about this, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that specifically.
I think that when I have an issue that I want to speak about, people will hear.
Nick Fuentes has said a long list of very vile things.
Big time, including attacking my dad, which was the most vile of all, in my opinion.
Yeah. So what do you say to those people who say, why didn't you raise any of that?
You know, do your own interview the way that you want to do it. You're not my editor. Buzz off. I mean, I don't know. You want to go yell at Nick Fuentes? I'll give you his cell. Call him. I care about what my wife thinks, my children think, and God thinks, and that's it. I don't need to prove that I'm a good person to you.
Assalamu alaikum. Haben wanaagsan. Magayega wa Yarub Farid. Boca Magana, Minneapolis.
By the way, that last clip was the Minneapolis mayor after winning his re-election speaking in Somalian in his victory speech for the listeners out there that couldn't see the video.
By the way, that's not great.
No. That's pretty bad.
Which, don't you think that brings the issue of immigration to the fore? That whole idea of assimilation forcing us to ask why in the world we've allowed so many people who have no intention of assimilating.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, it started with press 8 for Spanish.
It did. Do you
And-
remember the first time you heard that?
Yeah, I'm like, what? We're in America now. When we go to Italy and we travel the places, it's kind of nice to have the English option.
She's right.
But if I'm living in Italy and I call an Italian phone carrier, I really don't expect it to be in English. I don't. But that's where it all started. And then all the signs, everything had to have a Spanish component, And now we are giving victory speech is in Somali.
By the way,
whatever, however you say it.
He beat
Similes.
Yeah, he beat an actual Somalian in the race. Omar Fateh, who is a quote democratic socialist like Mamdani, who is literally a Somalian, and he lost to the reelected Minneapolis mayor who is speaking Somalian in his victory speech. So even the non-Somalian who beat the Somalian is still speaking Somalian in his victory speech. Minneapolis may just be gone.
Minneapolis is gone. Well, they changed their state flag.
Yeah.
It resembles the Somali flag. You guys, this is atrocious. I understand 84,000 people were allowed to immigrate under Obama and placed strategically in Minnesota. Am I wrong about that? Isn't that right?
I believe that's correct.
Because I think that's the question when we have friends, and I have a discussion question for us later, perhaps. I think you're going to like this. It may not necessarily be about this. It's about third wayism. But this is one of the issues for the third way friends that we have in our audience is make that part make sense. The unwillingness to assimilate and better the society that you're entering. Why aren't you learning the language? Why aren't you figuring out we not used to, using sponsors to come into the country, that sort of thing, entering legally. But this idea that this guy is speaking Somali in his victory speech in a city that is now a dumpster fire, and you want us to tell us to calm down about the whole immigration thing, they're just here for a better life. Wake up.
Yeah, and you know the answer as to why they're not. That was never their intention.
It's invasion.
Ever. On that cheerful note, we'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. Thank you to everybody in the audience. Thank you. Thank you for your text. Even the ones of you that don't know that we actually read the text. We appreciate them. Thank you. We're grown women and we do those kinds of things. Hens that we are. All right. So let's talk about something because you were at an event last night.
Yes.
And there was a couple things that happened in that event. Riley Gaines said something really interesting. She reflects freedom and people who are living out how to live freely because of all that's come against her. You also said there was something interesting that happened in that event last night. All the security. All the security.
Y'all, it was wild.
And tying in with what was in our montage, Sydney Sweeney and her bravery. Riley also talked about that. So can you take us through what last night looked like, what she talked about, and let's get back to Sydney Sweeney, who just continues to be an amazing human.
Who knew?
Had no idea.
She's super hot. Okay. So, we've all been to so many political events. Trump, Coleman, whenever years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. We went to the inauguration this year and actually DC was really locked down. I have never, besides when we went to Bogota, Colombia, seen so much security in one place. Mm-hmm. It was wild. Like driving up, you couldn't get into the parking lot. There were 4 local police officers standing there with clipboards and they stopped you and you had to roll down your window and they would check your name off. If your name was not on that list, you weren't even getting in the parking lot. Then there are like state troopers lining the parking lot as you drive in. Then you have to park and get on a van that takes you to the entrance of the venue. You cannot take a purse. There are drones flying everywhere. There are snipers standing on the stairs outside.
Seriously?
I found out there were 6 agencies there last night. FBI, state troopers, state police, local, whatever. I mean, it was insane. I've never seen anything like it. I get it. And I think it was some of that. Oh, and then Riley, she traveled with her own security too. And her husband, of course, was there too. Cause he's so sweet. He doesn't let her go anywhere by herself. Turns out they were using that event as a kind of training ground. Mm-hmm. So it was a little beefed up, but it was insane. And it made me sad for where we are. Like I said, Katie Britt, Tommy Tuberville, they now have to travel with security. It's just sad where we are. And after Charlie Kirk, I don't know if we ever go back.
If we do, it's going to be something really bad that makes it go back, like a civil war or something, which I don't think will happen.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we may be at a tipping point where that's the only way we go back is if there's a clash of some sort. Mm-hmm. I don't want that. I don't think it will happen, but we'll see.
I still want to build that wall.
Yeah.
That blue and red wall.
I think so. I think we should put like a big X marks the spot, stay here,
which actually little pivot real quick. We're coming back. But I saw a Twitter X post that said, if you remember when the Berlin Wall fell, which side were they running to?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
They were not running to the socialist side.
No, they were not.
So anyway.
So first of all, before we get to, the security measures are incredible. At least people are starting to wake up and take that seriously. Because again, after the Charlie Kirk incident, when there was barely any security at all, nobody was watching to see if there was a rando kid on the roof. I'm glad that they used that to get themselves ready for future events. But I also think, before we talk about the Sydney Sweeney element of it all, that it is so pathetic that violence has become part of the narrative. And on the left, it is an accepted form of speech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We do what we want, and have you guys been watching what's going on in New York City, for example? They are unbelievably violent toward each other, all up in each other's grill. Used to, we just have to worry about not going to certain parts of town and getting mowed down by a gun. Now you have to worry for your safety in streets of cities that are American classics. It is acceptable for them to be violent toward us or toward anything they don't like. Something's wrong. That's unhinged.
Well, you see how many people were Charlie Kirk for Halloween and had like blood coming out of their neck and all on TikTok?
What?
We can't coexist with people like that. Like, it's disturbing. But that's the left. Like, that's where it's at now.
Yeah. It's a new day, and not only is it okay and the tactic of the left, it is celebrated. And whether it's killing your unborn child or killing someone who has different beliefs. I mean, you look at how they celebrated Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump's assassination attempt. They do not value life. They are literally a death cult. And we've talked about that, but in so many ways, from the socialism that they're trying to, enact and bring in. Oh, by the way, but we need you to pay for that socialism. It's funny. But everything about the left leads to death, whether it's spiritual, moral, physical, emotional. It is tragic and it is celebrated. And they are so blinded by their agenda, they can't even see what's happening. It's insane.
It really is. And I think that if, as I'm paying attention to the different interviews and you're watching people and their TikToks and whatever, there is this. Now, let me reiterate. We have problems all around. Okay. We're not pretending we don't. But when it comes to this particular topic, you saw it with your own eyes, a room packed, not only with people, but with security for a person that has been chased into a classroom. What was it, in California? And she couldn't get out because of the violent nature of the people who just wouldn't let her out because they didn't want to hear what she had to say. That, to me, is demonic. And you're right, it is a death cult. And their sacrament, as we have said before as well, is abortion. I'm sorry, it is. I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable. But when you're okay with that, you're okay with anything else.
Yeah.
You really are. Because it's not that hard to delineate. So you've got that. But I'm also watching this arrogance when you see them posting there's this hatred that seems like X-ray vision, Superman X-ray vision, like just darting out of their eyes. This arrogance that is new. Because we grew up in a time where you could talk and you could debate and it was perfectly acceptable and normal to disagree. But that's the thing overnight as I was looking on the socials and looking at what people were posting, that there's just this vitriol that I don't know, Allison.
Yeah, and their eyes, I don't know if you've noticed, their eyes, it's almost like they have no soul. They have no.
Yep.
It's really weird.
What's that one? Dan Goldman, I think, is that one representative. Like he's like a mortician. There's several like that, but I think the reason, there's a spiritual battle, obviously,
Right.
but this is why I find it funny when people say, we can't merge our religion and Christianity into politics. The left's doing that. The leftist ideology is their religion. So they fight with so much passion because that is their God. That is their religion. So if we don't merge our religion and the actual true God into it, then they're going to beat us because they got more passion and hate, really, in their politics. But that's why I think it's different now than it used to be. I think the devil's getting a foothold in it.
And there really is a spiritual blindness. And I don't know how else to describe it besides demonic spiritual death. And it seems to be contagious. And it's scary because they are crazy. They're committed. I'll give them that. But we're in a weird, actually, this is, I don't know if I should tell this story. Okay, I won't use names, but maybe 2 years ago, we hosted a town hall about all the Title IX stuff going on And this was in North Shelby County at the library. And Local Alabama, the group that I started, we hosted. Steve Marshall came and spoke. He was awesome. We had several legislators there. Kind of a big deal. We had lots of protesters
and lots of policemen.
Lots of undercover policemen. We had threats. The Democratic Socialists of Alabama showed up. We had lots of transgender people show up.
Furry lesbians.
Furry.
Sorry.
That's so good. Furry lesbians showed up. And anyway, the local leadership team was there this past week. Okay, let me tell you, this was probably, a year and a half ago?
Mm-hmm. It was.
This past week, someone from the local leadership team was at a store. And one of the people that was at that event passed them a transgender, very tall.
I remember.
You
I know
remember?
exactly who you're talking. Yeah, because remember, your son and I were in the back watching the whole thing.
Yeah. And he was the one that got up and went to the bathroom when we started talking about girls. And so he went to the girls' bathroom just to prove a point. Passed someone from the local leadership team in this store and started yelling at them, like came after them. What's funny is that all the men and wives cleared out. And this one black lady, probably Miss Wilma's best friend, kind of intervened and like shut the whole thing down, sent him on his way. But y'all, like, they are crazy. This has been a year and a half. And they still remembered that. And they still remembered that event where they heard truth and they did not like it. And it's like these demonic energies come out and right there in the middle of the store. And so anyway, we are up against serious evil, but we don't have a choice. And that's why I know we've got to go to a break, but that's what Riley Gaines talked about last night. And there was one story in particular that I want to share that made me super sad, and it will be a good call to action for us. But yeah, got a lot to talk about, even on the other side. So stick around. We'll be right back.
I like the new music, JP.
These were the OG bumps that went on hiatus because YouTube didn't like them.
Sorry,
But
YouTube.
I'm getting around. I mean,
How are you?
You're making it happen.
I just don't bring the stream in until I'm turning the music down, and that's crap. Now I just told my YouTube, don't demonetize me. I just told you my secret, but I may have to find.
They
new
don't
bumps
hear
eventually.
it.
Yeah. But
It's
no,
fine.
these were the OG bumps with Phil's show.
I think they're great. So in the 3:00 hour, we've, besides sports, have another topic that'll really get you going. But Allison, I really did want to get to what Sydney Sweeney did. And then the clip that also relates perfectly with Tucker and Megyn Kelly, because I think that is such a good attitude to have for life. But you go, and then I had a thought while you were talking. Tell us about the Sydney Sweeney, what she talked, what Riley Gaines, Miss Courage herself, said about Sydney Sweeney.
Well, she just, and I've heard her speak before. She's such a great speaker, and she really preaches the gospel, which is impressive. I mean, she does not shy away from her faith. In fact, she's gotten stronger in her verbiage and her story. But every time, this is probably the third time I've heard her speak. Every time I hear her speak, when she talks about when she was first in the locker room with Leah Thomas and how, they're changing next to each other and all this is happening. They go, they tie, they give the trophy to Leah, tell her to sit down. And she said, I just stood there after the race and kind of looked around in the locker room going, I really thought somebody would stand up for me, whether it was the NCAA, whether it was a dad, whether it was a coach. And she said in that moment, because she was going to dental school and she was going to do all these things, I knew nobody was coming to rescue me. And I had to speak up and stand up for myself. And it makes me so sad every time I hear that, because I think, where were all the dads? Because she wasn't the only female swimmer on that team. The rest of them were
all females.
No dad stepped in and said, not going to do it. Not going to do it. Nobody stepped in. And then she goes on to say, after I kind of realized nobody was coming to rescue me, I went, well, if I'm not willing to stand up for myself, why should anybody else be? And it went back to what you were saying yesterday about how, or maybe the day before, how we share arrows and we have to be willing to take on the arrows with other people and stand in the gaps, and talking about how we would have anonymous people that would say, thank y'all so much for what you're doing. Thank you for speaking the truth. Thank you for talking about this situation I'm in. I can't do it because I might lose my job. I can't do it because I signed this whatever contract. There's only so many of us. And we've got, for the Riley Gaines, for the Amy Beths, for our kids, for JP, like, we have got to start standing up, and we need everybody to join in. But anyway, she was great. And she went on to talk about that the hope that she has is in things like what Sydney Sweeney did.
Man, she is amazing.
Which is just, don't apologize.
Hello, Heritage Foundation. Hi. How about you take your lessons from Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah, we found out Sydney Sweeney's got more cojones than the entire GOP, apparently. It's something.
It's so true.
Like, you really can just not take the bait and stand strong, because the typical Republicans is why Republicans love to snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory, because we gotta walk on eggshells. Well, I don't mean it like this. I don't mean it like this. This is all I'm saying. Where Sydney Sweeney, just gave her the look of, I'm just not going to play the game. And y'all talked about the arrogance of liberals. That millennial interviewer. Oh my God.
Who is
Did
that?
not just make your skin crawl listening?
So I was just wondering.
Yeah. If you could watch the video.
Start talking.
If you need to watch, go find the video of, the look she gave. Like, I just want to give you a chance to apologize for that. And like the little smug look.
Oh.
The millennial liberal woman look of, doesn't think that anybody in the world disagrees with her because her opinion is always right. So it's like, people thought you were being, a Nazi. So I'm going to give you a chance to go ahead and, clarify you weren't doing that. And then Sydney Sweeney, who's not a politician, just said no. And yet we got Republican politicians who don't have the guts to do that. And they cower and crumble at every Kevin Roberts, like you said, is a great example.
Hello.
Yeah.
So at each example, I'm thinking, well, but you're going to say that Sydney Sweeney's rich and it doesn't matter if she speaks up. And Riley Gaines now does really well because she speaks up for all these things. And Tucker Carlson, I love what he said to Megyn Kelly. You're not my editor.
Buzz off.
Buzz off, which that's going on our board. I care about what God thinks and my wife thinks, my family, my editor. That's it.
Yeah.
You go get a microphone and do the interviewing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why these people are rare? Even if you want to use that as an excuse because they do well, because they're among the few who have guts. That's why you know their name. It should be normal that these things happen. But don't you think? I mean, it's because sure they make a lot of money, but it's because there are so few of them that are willing to say, y'all probably in his death are complaining about how much money Charlie Kirk had.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't take into account the grit that it took to build what he did, or Tucker, agree with him or not, or Sydney Sweeney, or J.K. Rowling, or Megyn Kelly, or Riley Gaines. All of those things you can use excuses for, but the bottom line is we better get used to being super uncomfortable because those on the left, let me say it better this way, culture wants to engage us whether we like it or not. So we better get ready because they've already come for us. So we can either be like Riley, we can be like Sydney, we can be like Tucker, or we can be like the sweet little president of the Heritage Foundation.
Kevin.
Ugh. Who's going to win the war? Us or them? It's time for choosing. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I wasn't sure.
You just had to go. You gotta go for it.
I know, but she was looking at her notes, and I didn't want to jump in, and then it'd be awkward. She's doing all the things. So wrapping up, basically on Freedom Friday, you want to know how to have more freedom?
How?
Never apologize.
That's
Do
a
you?
Banger for the first Freedom Friday.
Does the left ever apologize? Jay Jones called for the beheading of kids and kicked puppies. And I never heard an apology.
Yeah, no, but you know why? Because he knew that his Democrat buddies were going to support him no matter what.
Again,
and
back to another thread of the week.
And we've talked about all week. Republicans cancel each other over edgy jokes, and nothing compared to talking about murdering of not just any family, a specific Virginia Republican family because they were breeding little fascists.
Well, think about this. Just to stir it up a little bit. Think about all the times online you have heard liberals say in their Instas or TikToks that some Republican fascist should have just been aborted.
Yeah.
Neutralized,
yeah.
So remember that the next time you feel a little crumbly.
You know, I've always
Don't apologize.
wanted to. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're
I didn't
good.
mean to, but I've always wanted to kind of do what you're talking about, and maybe someday we'll do it. We need to read the quotes that the left say they're from the right.
Yes. I love those.
Yes.
And watch people just melt.
Yeah.
I mean, because we could never get away with the things they say.
One of my favorite ones of those recently is this guy, he'd go to liberal protests, and he walked up to this one old liberal lady that was protesting and said, "Can you believe Trump has deported 3 million people already with this far in his administration? Isn't that just awful?" And she, went on "Oh yeah, he's a racist fascist. This is just unbelievable. We've never seen anything like this in American." And then he goes, "Oh wait, sorry. Actually, that was Obama that deported 3 million in his administration." And she goes, "No, he didn't." It's like, he did. And she goes, yeah.
Yeah. It works every time, because the other thing that they're great at is not only messaging, but as part of the messaging strategy, they've learned how to gaslight.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's really a good way to get people to go, "Oh,
yeah,"
and back down. So, friends, we need to do a much better job on messaging, but also courage, having courage, because you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And you know what? That's okay. You don't have to be. You just have to be brave.
There are appropriate times to apologize.
Yes.
And to retract.
Allison, did you just walk
You
yourself
see what
into
I
that?
did?
That was real
You see what I did
good.
there?
Yeah.
I'm not sure we want to start that, but I do have another retraction. I admit.
What is it?
Well, I found 3 Christian music artists that I really like. I did. I found 3, and I'm going to pass them on, and y'all
Okay,
can
go
tell
ahead.
me if they
Pass
stink.
them on.
But I really like them.
Okay.
Forrest Frank.
Oh, he's going to be part of our 4:00 hour discussion.
Do you know Forrest? You really?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I got a clip.
Josiah Queen is probably my favorite.
Oh, is he a rapper?
No, he sounds kind of like Noah Kahan.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
And a little bit Benson Boone.
Don't know that
Okay.
either. I'm sorry.
And Henrik.
I don't know who that is. Is he a rapper?
No. Okay, Forrest Frank is a little hip hoppy, but Josiah Queen and Henrik, they're kind of Zach Bryan, folky, really good. So I apologize. I do like Christian music.
Okay, Allison.
But do you have any retractions?
I don't have a retraction. I have a clarification.
There you go.
What's your... Well, should I not retract?
Well, it's up to you.
It's up to you. But my clarification is, when I talked about Christian music the other day, I still mean exactly what I said. But contemporary Christian music, CCM, I don't like that. And I don't know that Forrest Frank or any of those people fall into that, but it's the CCM music that I did a deep dive once, because somebody that we once worked with had pointed that out to me about 4 years ago. And I had the same response. What are you talking about? It's fine. And then I did a deep dive. And then I looked into who was writing the lyrics. And then I looked into what their philosophies were. And they weren't great. Now, hymns all day long.
Yeah.
Classical music all day long. And do I like rap? Yes, I do. And guess what? I like some of the 90s hip hop, like Hip Hop Hooray, like the clean stuff that they play at basketball games before y'all get yourself all worked up. But it's the CCM that drives me nuts.
Yeah,
I will share. I probably will do a podcast on that one day because it was so interesting by somebody who was in that space. Now, what we will be is, I totally get it if that's your jam. It is not mine. I did my homework, and I'm very concerned about some of the giant powerhouse groups that are writing songs and the philosophy that undergirds what they're writing. And I would dare say some of it would really give you major cause for concern. Major.
Yeah. Well, I'm kind of with you of the.
Oh, in the Psalms, my husband said, don't forget the Psalter.
Yes.
I mean, you haven't lived until you've sung the Psalms.
No, the Psalms. I have several. This may sound weird, but I have like the Psalms and the actual Hebrew, like Gregorian chants. Like those are on my workout playlist, unironically. I cannot stand. And by the way, if you like this sort of music, it doesn't make you any. We just have difference of preference.
Yeah, that's all.
I don't
It's
like. I
that's
don't.
all.
I don't like the fog machine Christian music. That's just not my jam. I like the traditional hymns and, like you were saying,
Is that where they stand and do this? Like keep the beat
sometimes,
in
yes.
the middle of the
Sometimes.
congregation?
oh, the fog machine.
No. Where the leader of the hymns
The chant,
will
like
like
the chants.
chanting. Yeah.
They do some of that out in Iowa, Allison. But like Keith and Kristen Getty, phenomenal. The Irish, I think they're Irish. They have some amazing music. Like Rise Up. I'll just have to go look on my list because I really like them a lot. But mainstream, the stuff that at some point I will share some of the things that I learned because it was very concerning. And I would have had no idea unless one of our friends pointed it out. Because usually our first response, I don't know about y'all, I'm going to tell on me, is if somebody challenges me, I get mad. Like in my brain. I may not show it on my face, but I'll think, you have no idea what you're talking about. And then the nerd in me, like all of us, will go and do some research.
Yeah.
And then I'll go, oh. It's like the first time that, well, there are so many things we could talk about. But anyway, so whatever your jam is, do your jam. Someday I will share about CCM specifically. I'm not talking about the Psalms, the hymns, the spirituals. I'm not talking about that. It's contemporary Christian music that I don't really like it.
Pretty sure my three guys are contemporary Christian music. But okay, so do you think that
I like Forrest Franks? I like him.
Well, do you think that God can still use
those
songs?
God
Absolutely.
used a donkey.
Yeah.
A donkey spoke. If God used a donkey, he can use anything. That's
Hillsong United.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah.
Even Hillsong, but that's the thing we're going to talk about at some point on a podcast is what is their philosophy? Because I think that's important to know. What is their foundation? We probably would be interested. But anyway, that's for another day.
Really hope Josiah Queen of all of them is God uses and is okay.
Like I love him NF.
It's really good.
I love NF.
I don't know NF.
He's a rapper.
He's a rapper, yeah.
He's amazing. Like that's on the family playlist.
Christian?
I don't think he would say he was.
No, he's just clean rap. Like
yeah, totally clean.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I don't
but
know if
actually, like really good. Let's see, Southern rock. So I identify more with the people like C.S. Lewis. A long time ago said we don't need more Christians who are musicians or Christians who are, or we want them to do excellent music and they happen to be Christian.
Yeah.
Music that reaches a lot of people, because when you put a label on it, then suddenly you're not going to get.
Mm-hmm.
We have a radio show. We're not on a Christian radio station. We want to bring you our most excellent work every day. We are believers that will infuse everything that we do. It was kind of a vibe shift for me in terms of philosophy. But when I'll go find the quote that C.S. Lewis said, because I'm like, oh, that's really good. Because think about how many millions of people whose lives have been touched by what he did, or J.R.R. Tolkien. Like, Think about those people. Unbelievable. They were believers, but they didn't write a book that you would have found in a Christian bookstore. You will now, but back then it was just phenomenal literature. Do you like that word, literature? I felt like that really kind of emphasized the point. It is an Allison word.
It's an Allison
word. But does that make sense? I mean,
because I mean, I like Mumford and Sons before they kicked Winston Marshall out.
Yes.
So sad.
Judah and the Lion.
U2, some of my favorites. And I almost can get more out of them than I can a lot of Christian music. To me, if you really listen to the lyrics, again, they're exactly what you're talking about. So anyway,
that was my quote for senior year was Martin Luther, who said, "A Christian shoemaker doesn't put crosses on the shoes; he makes good shoes." That was my senior year quote.
JP.
Perfect.
That's why.
That's a quote of the week. It's a quote of the week right there.
That's why.
Could we put that up like on a? Could we frame that?
It needs to go. Someday we're going to walk through what all these things behind us mean because they're all very personal. That could go on the wall.
Yeah, it's got to go.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay, so we're completely running out of time. But when we come back, JP, are you?
It's that time.
Is that time?
It's JP on Sports time.
All right, you're listening to Rightside Radio. Don't miss. It's JP on Sports. When we come back. Welcome back to Rightside Radio. You just never really know what's going to happen at each break.
You don't. And it's scary because at our old show, we didn't have the video component. So this is a whole new world. Like, you can't do a lot of things that I did on the other show because everybody can see. Like, I will get up and do squats during the break because I get tired of sitting and I'm super antsy. But like, what if JP doesn't turn and everybody's like, she's squat, what's she doing? I
promised you, right? I'd turn it off pretty quickly.
Okay.
I think we don't keep the camera on during the breaks, so I think we're good there.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
But it is a whole interesting thing.
It is. It's a whole new dynamic.
I like it though.
I like it. I like it a lot. It's been great fun. It does make you more responsible for what you wear to work, though. So that's a whole thing.
I have no clothes.
All right, JP.
We got about 5 minutes JP on sports here. Blitz.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
JP Blitz.
Friday
But when we come
night
after that,
Blitz.
we may have some questions for you on the other side.
That's good.
Okay. All right.
Well, we got to play my sound effect first.
I'm so excited about this sound
That's
effect.
the best sound effect we got. Hold on. Let me Oh, wait, it's not working.
What?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to look into that later.
What? This is the joy of moving studios.
Yeah, that's the first time I've hit that sound effect while we're here. But just imagine a bunch of Auburn sorority girls yelling JP on sports. That's the sound effect.
Sports.
Yeah, there we go.
JP.
All right, well, I guess we're underway here. That's a bummer.
Was lame.
That's a bummer.
I'm sorry, we're old
Anyways,
and we can't recreate
We'll
it.
fix it later. But I guess we can go first story here. Auburn is looking for a new coach.
What?
Yeah.
You don't say.
It's a shocker.
It's a shocker, right? But Durkin, DC Durkin, is now the his name's not DC, he was defensive coordinator. But the search is on for a new coach. Who is it going to be? There's been a lot of rumors about James Franklin from Penn State. There's been some rumors about Drinkowitz from Missouri. There's been rumors about Dillingham from Arizona State. I want to know if any OB listeners out there, who is their preference? Would they rather promote Durkin? Would they get James Franklin? I don't know. I feel like if you're Auburn and you fire Hugh Freeze, I feel like they're at a point you got to get a big name hire. You got to have Jimmy Rain fork up the cash and you get a big name hire out there. So I don't know. You are Auburn, right? You're an Auburn fan.
I'm an Auburn fan.
Do you have any preferences off the top of your head?
Y'all, I can't believe I'm about to say this because
oh my word. Everybody gird your loins.
No, it's not. If I had to choose, and this is crazy because I hated him when he was at Tennessee, hated him.
This is so violent.
I would love to get Lane Kiffin.
He's not leaving for Auburn.
I know, but I'm just saying you asked who I would like.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he would be huge. And then, but if you can't get a good big name, you need to get, and some of these teams can do it. They find like the rando JUCO high school coach that just comes out of nowhere and kills it. And I don't know how you do that, but I feel like you got to go either way. Like you got to have a big name that knows the SEC that can live up to the hype, or we got to have somebody that is humble and can learn and we can shape and mold them. I think you get like the Brian Harsons of the world from Idaho that know nothing about the SEC.
Yeah.
And they can't handle it. So I don't know, Jimmy, let's just do it right this time.
Jimmy,
I was kind of hoping they'd keep Hugh Freeze. Sorry, this is JP Sports.
That's fine.
It's not Allison Sports.
Well,
sorry.
I'll say this. Gus Malzahn may be a free agent soon. Mike Norvell may get fired at Florida State, and Gus Malzahn may be available. Do you go back to the Gus bus? I don't know. Shouldn't have fired him in the first place, if you ask me. But we'll just have to wait and see. We got about 2 minutes here.
So there's one more. All fired up. Okay, keep going.
There's one more story here that is pretty crazy, or has the potential to be crazy. Do we remember the NBA scandal with the betting that happened, where Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups were arrested. Chauncey Billups for participating in rigged poker games with the Italian mafia, but Rozier was arrested for actually fixing games and telling people that he was going to leave the game early with an injury and to bet the under and all. Well, it may be going on into fighting now, because now there's a story. Apparently, whatever service the UFC uses for tracking unusual betting activity saw some unusual betting activity in this one particular fight that happened on the last card, and the UFC was then notified of it, and they were handling it But now we're having a bunch of fighters come out and say, I was approached to fix a fight. I was approached to fix a fight. I was approached to fix a fight.
What?
I know a certain fight that was definitely fixed. And now it is a whole Pandora's box of, has fight fixing made its way into the UFC, which is now a premier league in major, the major sports. I mean, we're going to have a UFC White House card coming up soon.
Oh, I cannot wait. I'm so excited about that.
So I don't know. I mean, fighting, in particular boxing, has been known to have, fixing in it, but I don't know. I feel like the NBA situation is opening the door to all the other sports leagues where there is now illegal betting and fixing, and it may hurt you. Me as a longtime UFC fan, to know that maybe there was a lot of fixing going on, it would hurt. It would break my heart. But like I said, it has a lot of potential, and keep an eye on this story.
Could we ask questions when we come back? I have questions.
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Oh, John Gruden. Ian, that would be good.
John Gruden.
Yeah,
we've
got
fun.
a lot of good texts. Keep your texts rolling. We'll get to
Wow.
them when we come back after this break. You're
Yeah, I
listening to
like 'em.
Rightside Radio. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth. This is Allison. That's JP. Thank you for the texts that are rolling in. Thank you for your kind words and hilarious comments.
Y'all are funny.
You're really funny.
Maybe we'll get to them in a minute.
You think it's because it's Friday? No, they're always
funny
funny.
on
They've been funny
Tuesday.
all week long. Okay, we've got coaching recommendations. We'll get to that in a minute. But I have a question for both of y'all. And I'm genuinely asking because I don't know. Okay. Is the board at Auburn as in control as everybody says?
Uh-oh. That's a can of worms.
Or is that just something people say because they just haven't hit on the right coach in a couple of years, which people can have like bad luck?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know from firsthand experience, obviously. And I know we're on at WANI in Auburn. Maybe somebody listening there can provide some, they can be our source from inside. But I do think that it's true. I think the board, I think what happened when Malzahn was one of the board members decided they wanted Bobo, who was the OC at the time, to be the guy, and ran out Malzahn. And then the AD did not want Bobo to be the guy. And then they were in a no-win situation. I had to hire Harsin after the fact. So Malzahn, who really should have retired, an Auburn guy, got ran out because one of the board members decided he liked Mike Bobo better. That's the story that's out there. That's the rumor. Like I said, I don't know from firsthand, but I do think the board does have a bit too much sway. Now they have a new AD, Cohen, who is not the last AD, and who knows, maybe he does not listen to the board as much, but that is the rumor and the story, that the board does make too much power and has too much decision power.
So who do you think they'll really get? Like, do you think James Franklin would really consider? I'm just saying that because I was born in Pennsylvania.
My whole mom's side of the family was in Pennsylvania. I have a cousin on Penn State's football team who Franklin recruited out of high school, and I know how much Franklin meant to my cousin and all the players on the team. Great guy. That's not a question. But the last time he coached in the SEC was at Vandy.
Okay. Which,
respect to the Vandy fans, is a bit different than the rest of the SEC schools. I don't know if he has what it takes to be in the fire at Auburn, when your two biggest rivals are Georgia and Alabama every year. I don't know if he has what it takes. Drinkowitz is a good. I think that's an interesting hire. Drinkowitz was on Auburn's staff when Cam Newton that season, the 2010 national championship season. I think Drinkowitz has a lot of fire and a lot of potential, and he'll have a lot more resources at Auburn than he has at Missouri currently. So I think that's an interesting one. Dillingham at Arizona State is another young guy that I don't think he has any SEC connections, which is the main problem. He's on the West Coast, but I think keep an eye on Eli Drinkowitz. I think that's going to be a name that they're going to go after.
I hope that they find somebody who gets along with everybody but really likes to win.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the only reason they hired Hugh Freeze is because he beat Alabama twice at Ole Miss. That is the only reason.
Is that real?
Definitely.
I don't know. It just was not a good reason.
I mean, Hugh Freeze really, you can make the argument, shouldn't even had a Power 5 job after what he did at Ole Miss. Auburn saw how much, and you could have said the same for Bruce Pearl, and Auburn gave Bruce Pearl another chance, and look how it paid off for them with Bruce Pearl.
Yeah.
I think they were expecting the same from Hugh Freeze, and when Saban was at Alabama, they saw Hugh Freeze as the guy because he beat Ole Miss, or he beat Alabama twice at Ole Miss. He knows how to beat Alabama. Maybe we can give him the Hugh Freeze or the Bruce Pearl rehab program, and he can be the guy, and it just didn't pan out. Yeah. If you're going to make those hires, it's gotta work.
I'm even thinking of coaches that Saban gave a second chance to.
Oh, Lane Kiffin, Sark.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the main two.
So I think we're all for those situations, but our daughter's at Auburn. So of course I want Auburn to have a fabulous football coach because it's fun to go to games there. I'm sorry.
Last Saturday was not fun.
Okay. I didn't go to that one. I went to the first game or second game of the season. It was very fun. Okay. The atmosphere at Auburn is great. If you've never been, I am telling you, there is something different when you go down to the plains. So that's interesting. I'm genuinely asking. I have no knowledge. I am interested in how this is going to turn out. That's all. And I want to win. That's all I care about. I just care about winning.
Ton of
like
coaching
everybody
openings.
else.
I mean, LSU, Penn State, Florida, Auburn. It's going to be a crazy offseason. Potentially Florida State. That's
So
gonna be
here's my
crazy.
question then. Have there been other seasons when other coaches were fired mid-season? I mean, didn't they used to wait until the season was over?
I mean, yeah, it used to be the case. You got fired mid-season because you were like 0-8, and it's like you got to go now.
Yeah.
But Auburn, I mean, obviously it was a disappointment of a season, but Auburn's 4-4 going into Kentucky, and LSU. I mean, LSU only had 3 losses. Penn State only had 3 losses. I mean, it was 2 really bad losses back to back. But I think in the new era of NIL, where you know a coach is going to be gone, you get rid of him the second you can so that you can get started recruiting, looking for a new coach, because just the sheer amount of money in college football now, there's literally no time to just wait around. No time to let Hugh Freeze have his way out, his goodbyes, his flowers. Just like, if you know you're firing him, then you just see ya.
You're gone.
Yeah.
I never got to go to a tailgate with you this year.
It's not over.
I know, but
I mean, almost.
it'd be, maybe next year we can set up. Well, you have your own. We can.
No, we don't. We quit.
Do you go? Do you just go to different people's tailgates?
We were in charge of a tailgate, and it was miserable. It was so much fun until it wasn't. There's so much to do, and nobody ever helps. So we just go tailgate to tailgate.
That was pretty
and it
fun.
Was way more fun.
Tailgating, visiting different people's tailgates, and then we ended up in Chris's aunt's tailgate because everybody went to Auburn. Not my husband. He's an Alabama fan.
As he should. I knew I liked Chris. I knew I liked him.
Yep. It's just a thing. And Steelers fans, by the way. John Stallworth out of Huntsville, but y'all already knew that, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, here's my very last question. So does fight fixing, like my son played in a game against Temple 2 years ago where there was point shaving and it was a whole.
Really?
Like it made the news. And this kid was, I think, arrested. I don't know where he is now, but he acted like that happens more than you think. Is it y'all's understanding that fixing and that sort of thing is normal and it's just gotten discovered or not?
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, I've watched the UFC for a long time. I really feel like the top guys, there's not a bone in their body that would do that. However, I mean, the lower level guys who they got rent to pay, they got coaches to pay, they got a family to feed, and they're not the top guys making $1 million purses. They're making a couple $100,000. Maybe you get a $50,000 fight bonus if you have fight of the night or something. And if they're in a position where they're struggling financially, and some guy goes, "Buddy, hey, just take a dive," just don't make it obvious. You can fake it, but you'll get more than your win purse if you just do this. I don't know. I mean, I would like to say they wouldn't do that. And Dana White, the UFC CEO, claims that whatever service they use that caught this unusual betting activity, they haven't caught any others. So he thinks it's kind of baloney, all these fighters coming out and saying that they were approached. But then again, that's what Dana White probably has to say. I don't know. It would be unfortunate, but I could see maybe some of the lower fighters doing it. I mean, they got bills to pay. So
do you have a money number? Because everybody's got their number. If somebody said, "I'm going to offer you X amount of dollars," we would never do that because we're Christ followers, but just in case.
To do what?
If they said, "I'll pay you X amount of money to fix this fight," I'll pay you X amount of money, a make you move price, your number. You got a number? Do you have a number? I got a number.
What's your number?
$100 million.
Yeah, it's got to.
I would never do it.
Really?
My kids, if I even were to think about it, would have to be like sick.
But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. This is just, we listen and we don't judge.
Mm-hmm. If there were a number, what would it be?
If there were a number, if there were a number, if you had a number, do you have a number?
$1 gazillion.
I like that. $1 gazillion.
I'm not I have to sleep at night. My sleep is worth more.
And that's the right answer. Yeah.
That is the right answer. And I think that's the truthful answer.
You think you've never been put in that spot.
But a gazillion, trillion, bavillion is a lot of money.
Well, 100 million is a lot and it's ridiculous. And my actual number would be for me to move from my present house. That's my make you move money.
That's it.
I'm not moving. $100 million.
Okay.
I can't relate to the sports thing, but my husband always says, "What's the make you move price?" $100 million. Because I'm like you, I couldn't. When it comes to the sports stuff, I couldn't. You'd have to sleep. You have to sleep at night.
You have to sleep at night. But I totally disagree with you. I think this has been going on. Pete Rose.
Knew you were going to say that.
Like, young me, idealistic me would say, "There's no way. They just love the game." Bull.
Mm-hmm.
They're all doing it.
I think the NBA is one that it's been happening a lot in.
Oh,
but I don't know. It maybe NFL, MLB, but from a fighting standpoint, UFC, I don't know. Maybe not. I'd like to think not, but I think NBA for sure. As we saw, that's where the bust was.
Yep. Yeah. That's a whole nother thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you for letting me ask questions.
You're welcome.
I had questions. We see your coaching recommendations, and we're going to rattle those off when we come back after this break. How about that? Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. Time for your text. Allison,
I like that.
I just made that up on the fly. It was caffeine.
Text time.
Honey, Chris Shaver, I drank black coffee today. That's why I probably need to apologize.
I need some of that.
Black, no cream.
That's the way. Okay. That is
It did splash down in the Branicle pretty quickly.
That's what
the
I would guess.
Branicle.
Yeah. Like I used to not be able to drink coffee without like half of it being cream. And then I decided to grow up and as a man, grow up, not y'all.
Yeah.
If you're a man and you're drinking non-black coffee, then anyways, and it hits your system way
We're going to
quicker.
get texts about that one.
Sorry. But it hits the caffeine hits a lot quicker and stronger for sure.
Well, my coffee was delicious. Allison Sinclair, what are they telling us about their coaching recommendations?
Well, I mean, we've got Nick Saban. I don't know how I feel
That's
about
funny.
that. I just Matt says, I think JP on sports got
I'm
hijacked.
sorry, Matt.
Leave it to the women. That's just what we do. We hijack everything. We need to go back to the kitchen and make some ham sandwiches.
There's sandwich material in the control room.
That's what I'll do
take
during the break.
myself out.
I'll remind myself of where I'm supposed to be. I'll go make a sandwich. Okay, John Gruden. I mean, I really do like him.
John Gruden. Listen, John Gruden is going to be in the college football mix eventually.
You think
Ian
so?
From Hartzell.
Mhm.
And then Ian wants Gus Malzahn to be his offensive coordinator. I will say, I think Gus is way better as an OC than a head coach.
Well, yeah, because he'd be a head coach that would call plays. He tried to do both.
Yeah, and it just so I'm digging that. What else did JP? Do you think the NCAA SEC football has become so competitive, the NIL era, that we will continue to see teams projected to finish in the bottom half?
Yeah, for sure.
Fire their coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the reasoning. Go ahead and get ahead on the coaching search. Also, with the buyouts being so large, just bite the bullet and get it over with and get them out. Like, I think if you got donors that are willing to fork up the money, then like James Franklin buyout was $58 million.
Oh my word!
Is Jimmy Rain not out of money though?
I don't know.
I
You'd
don't
have to
think
ask
so.
him.
He
I
makes
think-
a lot of wood floors.
Seriously, he's spending so much money. And yes, I think the boosters the trustees run the show in Auburn.
Yeah,
I really do. Everybody knows Jimmy Rain runs that ship.
he's got a yellow wood spot on the field now.
Yeah. And there's a
That's
reason
impressive.
for that.
Yeah,
There
I'm
is
sure
a
there
reason
is.
for that. Otherwise, can I take a moment and just read some of the very nice things that people have been saying?
Yes, ma'am.
So John from Minor says, y'all have been doing great. Awesome first week, ladies. And JP, I was hoping Phil was going to choose y'all, and he did. Right on, right side. Man,
Thank
John,
you have no idea. Thank you.
it really means a lot. I will say, not to be, what is it called? Not to play victim, but it has been a long week. Like, I don't know if our listeners appreciate what JP and Amy Beth did all week.
We don't need
While I
it.
ran around the state, but it was a big deal and a huge undertaking to move the studio from Gadsden to Birmingham to set everything up. I mean, JP has worked tirelessly, and actually we aren't even fully connected yet. So we've had to do a lot of stuff manually. I mean, it's in getting the cameras set up, and y'all have been, for the most part, very, very gracious with us. And we really appreciate that. We promise. I mean, and it's hard to go from one. I mean, it was Phil, and now there's three of us, and we've never really worked together, in a day in, day out basis. And so we're getting to know each other, and y'all are watching. It's almost like watching a baby grow. I mean, and that sounds dramatic, but in a year from now, we'll look back and go, oh, those shows were terrible. But thank y'all for being patient with us.
And gracious and kind. And we're doing our best every day. And every day we'll get better. Even though we've all been in the business and we've all done this, you're right. This is the first time we've done this together. And that's a whole nother thing. But we're excited to be on the airwaves with y'all and in outer space on these socials. And we just wanted to take a minute to say thank you. And your texts are hilarious. They're extra today. Extra awesome today.
Look at this. Brad from Limestone County.
Aw.
Legacy Alabama Unfiltered listener here. Glad to have y'all on Rightside Radio.
Thank you, Brad.
Oh, he's been around a long time. So Caleb with a K is back.
He is.
I thought maybe he disappeared. He's like my first memory of this show. Well, him and Kareem. I think that was the first time we filled in for Phil.
It was, yeah.
And Caleb with a K said we were terrible.
Yeah, I think he gave the y'all should be in a kitchen comment. Yeah.
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 But then at the end of the show, he was like, actually, that was kind of fun. And today he said, and we looked up Amy Poehler's voice. He said, loving the show. Not sure which is which, but one of you sound exactly like Amy Poehler as Leslie in Parks and Rec. We're assuming it's me.
It's Allison.
Which I don't know how I feel about that, Caleb with a K, because she sounds like a Yankee.
She's hilarious, though.
She's funny, but like, or maybe she's from California.
I don't know where she's from. I like Amy Poehler. So now we're going to need you to vote.
I feel like that's as much of a compliment, though, as you're ever going to get from Caleb with the K. He probably loves Parks and Rec, and he can't say, hey.
It is a funny show.
Yeah.
Amy Poehler is from Massachusetts.
See?
Mm.
She lives real close to Judy.
And not at all close to Marge.
There was one more that Aaron from Madison. Thank you so much for continuing Phil's legacy and discussing your faith publicly. If we're not talking for the eternal good, we just need to go home. On that note, we'll be right back. Welcome back into Rightside Radio. I'm Allison Sinclair with Amy Besheva, aka Abs. What am I? Leslie?
You're
You're
Leslie.
Leslie.
Ugh, such a bad name. And JP. Sometimes you're French. You're literally in my
JP.
phone as JP Savant.
Why Savant?
I don't
'Cause
know.
you
Like
can do
I have to
anything.
say, hey Siri, text JP Savant. Because the first time I met you, I was like, he's like an old soul and he knows all the things.
Well, Phil even said that you know all the things.
I'm definitely like, I've always been a way old soul. There's sometimes it annoys me, but yeah.
Yeah. Are you
It's
ever
okay.
irresponsible and just reckless and stupid?
I mean, I've obviously I've also been like a 20-something-year-old and just been stupid because I'm, ignorant. But there's sometimes I wish like I don't know. I don't know how to say this. I wish sometimes I didn't feel like an older person in a younger person body and I could just, be reckless. But that's just not me.
What's your birth order?
What does that mean?
Are you what order? How many kids?
Oh, in my family, I got 2 older half brothers who one is 10 years older than me, one is 8 years older than me, and then there's me, and then I got a little sister 2 years younger than me.
So he's
is
the oldest.
a big gap.
I'm the middle in all of the kids, but I'm the oldest of my mom. Yeah.
So he's
Yeah, okay. So
Makes
we're all
sense.
3
well.
only firstborn, and we're quite the combo.
We still like each other.
I know.
Yeah.
I will say, JP, it's Freedom Friday.
Yeah.
Just be free.
Oh, where
Just
you're not my editor. Buzz off.
Be free in the Lord, JP.
Yeah.
But I was just like you. I've gotten way more immature the older I've gotten.
Yes.
I don't take life nearly as are you the same way?
Same way.
Yeah.
I needed my husband to introduce fun. Part of the reason why I loved him was that he was funny, and I love to laugh, as you guys know, but he's also spontaneous and I'm not. And I like a plan. And I've learned that that's not the way it goes. A plan for a radio show is one thing, a plan that you hold on loosely, also one thing, but I have really learned to become more fun as I've gotten older. Like he was the one when the kids were little, he'd say, all right, ice cream for dinner. And we'd hop in the car and go to Brewster's and get ice cream for dinner. What?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So yes. Anyway. Okay.
I
So
found that like you will draw your picture of what your life, and this is just deep thoughts for JP today. But you'll draw your picture of what your life should look like, and you think it's going to look like when you're 25 and you're 26 and you're 30. And then you should just take it and crumple it.
Yeah.
Because God will do that to you. So there's freedom in just not having it all together.
Yeah.
But make good choices because life is really hard when you don't.
Well,
That's
I mean, you definitely won't find me on the bar scene of Birmingham.
Well, that's not fun anyway.
No. That's why college was not for me, especially Alabama, because that party, literally like one of the top 2 party schools in America, was not not my speed. I preferred to with my college roommates just playing video games, hanging out. But yeah.
And that's not the kind of fun I'm talking about, or freedom. That to me is actually you're putting yourself more in chains where you become kind of a slave to all the wrong things. That leads nowhere good. But like I'm trying to teach my kids, you just don't take yourself so seriously. Like I promise not everybody's paying so much attention to you. You think everybody's watching you. You think everybody really cares. No, they really just care about themselves, and so don't feel like because you make one wrong move in life and you don't have that internship and you don't have whatever that it's all, you're a loser in life. No, it's just anyway, but you got a plan. I get it. I know I've learned JP likes a plan.
Do I?
You like the freedom to move, but you have if somebody's depending on you, you're going to get it done.
Oh,
and you
for
don't
sure, yeah.
stop until you do, which is a great trait actually. But you take on a lot on yourself, but I think that's good. It's probably why you're a business owner now at 22.
I've had to learn to manage my OCD and perfectionist.
Yes.
I'm working on it, but still when certain stuff doesn't go how I want it to, I just want to but we're getting there.
Okay, counseling time's over. Abs, what are we doing?
We're going to recap. Is it okay if I put a little period on this? And maybe this is controversial and people will disagree. I don't know. But we'll recap from the beginning of the day where we had a very good discussion about Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, woven in with Riley Gaines and Sydney Sweeney.
We didn't mention earlier that we're going to Tucker in Birmingham.
We are going to Tucker in Birmingham. Yes. And we're going to see all the people and we're going to be inspired because today is Freedom Friday. And Freedom Friday is reflective of those people who are living out what it looks like to live free. It's, what is your Delaware? Live free or die. Is basically our tag for Friday. Molly got me that hat that is on our live stream. But these people also reflect something that puts a pin in the conversation we were just having about life and plans and all the things. And the reason I bring this up is these people reflect this as well. There was a piece of the conversation we had earlier that I want to add in. And it's the people that we've talked about today seem to have this understanding. First of all, the character trait I want to bring up is humility. Somebody told me once, and it really bothered me until it settled in and I realized, oh, they're right. God doesn't need us. We walk around like he does, but he doesn't. He will choose to use you if you are surrendered to that. But the people that we talked about earlier seem to have an understanding that he doesn't need you and he doesn't have to use you, but he will. But he does it on his terms. And so a lot of that understanding of the humility that I've seen in somebody like Sydney Sweeney, or the humility in Riley Gaines, or in Tucker, or in Megyn Kelly, yes, all people who have ascended to great positions of leadership and influence, is they are undergirded by that undervalued, most important character trait called humility. And so that was the part that I wanted to go back to and touch on, because I think it's the missing component in that greater discussion of Republicans deciding to cancel anybody for any reason. It's the Democrats willing to be violent for any reason. It is the lack of communication that exists between all sides. Is we've decided we are that important. And the reality is we're not.
Yeah, I do think it's maybe worthwhile talking about what humility does and doesn't mean. It doesn't mean being a doormat. It doesn't mean being run over. It doesn't mean, it reminds me of when the ADL went into some schools here in Birmingham a few years ago, and they had this whole character development thing, and they talked about allyship and putting others, before yourself, and that all sounds great. But what it led to was them saying, if that boy in your kindergarten class thinks he's a girl, then you need to put them before yourselves and let them come in the girls' bathroom with you.
Yeah.
That is not what humility and putting others before yourself means. It does mean knowing that God, who is sovereign in all things, could choose to do it all without us, but he allows us to be a part of the story. And we have to walk in that and be confident in that, but also humble and knowing that he doesn't need us. And you're right. But I think I'm really proud. I don't know if you have the whole clip of Tucker. It's a little bit longer. And actually Tucker went back, and we talked about this yesterday, and clarified what he meant when he said he hated or Christian Zionists were like, what did he say?
He said he hates Christian Zionists pretty much
more than anything.
Or he said like Christian Zionists he doesn't hate anything more than Christian Zionists. It was something like that. And I understood what he was saying in the moment because I listened to so much Tucker, but you can pull that clip out of context, and I think the clarification was needed. So yeah, I agree.
And, I'm thinking, because honestly, and this was Amy Beth who, and we'll have to do the Schofield Bible whole talk sometime.
That is,
Can't wait.
But Amy Beth, I had very different views on end times, even just 3-4 years ago. And it actually was Amy Beth that we just started having conversations. So lots of grace. And I think you're right. It's just, we're all in a different timeline. We're all on a different spectrum. We're all on a different journey. And Tucker was right to do that. But at the same time, he says, buzz off.
Yeah.
I'm going to do what I want.
You're not my editor, buzz off. That's great.
Do we need to do this after the break? Or
We probably should. I mean, if we
Okay.
want to play the clip, we probably should after the break.
Okay, fine. After the break, we'll play the whole clip. We'll be right back. Shag Nasty said barf.
want to remind you, Inspire Advisors is one of our sponsors, and they are doing amazing work. Look, I know this audience. You're the kind of folks who believe in standing up for your principles. You're good stewards of what you have for resources. What if the companies you are investing in, though, don't reflect your values at all? Well, that's why you need to meet Paul Breyer and his team at Inspire Advisors. Inspire Advisors, experts in the field of biblically responsible investing. Look, they can help you grow your bottom line while also being proud of what companies you invest in. Inspire Advisors, you got to check them out. Here's their website, www.moneypatternwealth.com. That's Inspire Advisors, www.moneypatternwealth.com, and tell them you heard about it on Rightside Radio.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. And now for the clip.
Not yet. I gotta turn the music down first.
She put you on
Can't you just like do both?
I gotta turn the music down and then get it ready.
Lesson learned.
That was too much.
Okay.
Sorry.
Now we're ready.
Sorry.
Fuentes has said a long list of very vile things.
Big time, including attacking my dad, which was the most vile of all, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, I personally have watched videos of him questioning the Holocaust, likening it to baking cookies in the oven, and there's no way you could have gotten to 6 million, seems to be his theory. He seemed to think that we've way overstated the number of Jews killed in the Holocaust. He's ripped on poor Usha Vance in the most offensive terms, which I mean, so what do you say to those people? Say, why didn't you raise any of that?
You know, do your own interview the way that you want to do it. You're not my editor. Buzz off. I mean, I don't know. You want to go yell at Nick Fuentes? I'll give you his cell. Call him and go sit and yell at him and feel virtuous or whatever. That's up to you. I got the same thing with Putin. Why aren't you yelling at him? Okay, why? So I can show that I'm a good person? I care about what my wife thinks, my children think, and God thinks, and that's it. I don't need to prove that I'm a good person to you. You may think I'm a terrible person. Okay, I'm just doing my thing, which is I want to understand what people think. And I'm committed to that. And if you don't like it, don't watch. That's my view.
That's refreshing.
It's really kind of our motto, our mission, or at least mine. And I feel like you all are probably the same way on this show. Whether it's a politician or somebody in culture or whatever, let's just have a discussion. You can come on and you can tell me all the things you believe and that you don't like about me. And I'm okay with that. But I'm also going to be honest back with you, and I'm going to speak truth. I'm not going to let you get away with, whatever your victim mentality is or not speaking truth. But it's okay. I mean, just tell us who you are. Tell us what you believe. Tell us what you're voting for. Tell us why. And then you as listeners are intelligent enough. And that's part of what's happening is like all these people that are saying, you should cancel Nick Fuentes. You should cancel Tucker Carlson. You should cancel. Do you really think people are that stupid that they can't make their own decision and just turn off the podcast?
Yeah, exactly. That's the arrogant part of it, is that they feel they can impose on you what you should be listening to and what you should think. Rather as I think what I think, and then it's up to you to decide what you think. But then also, I'm not going to let your thoughts on what I think dictate what I do and what I say, because my allegiance isn't to you, it's to God, my family. So that's but that's where the arrogance comes in, is that they think that they can parade on what you watch and what you listen to. They're not God. So I think knowing where your allegiance truly is, it's not within others, it's within God, and you got it. That's the only person you got to answer to is God. So
I like how you did that. You wove in the humility piece there. But it's we don't think anymore, and that's why we love talk radio and podcasts, because it does make you stop and think. It allows you to digest information and decide what you believe. And that's up to you. And we've lost that. And that's why what this is important. And it matters. And so, which is why we're grateful for the opportunity to be with y'all every day as we wrestle through issues.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate Tucker's courage on a Freedom Friday. And I do appreciate that the people that you would never think would be that courageous are. And the people who are in positions of blessed and sanctified leadership aren't.
Well, and another part of it too is canceling just doesn't work. Because if you really think that Tucker is, a dangerous commentator, he's got bad intentions, or some people are now resorting to that he's just dumb. Okay, well then if that's the case, then you should just let him speak, and then he's going to be bad and nobody's going to listen to him because he's so dumb and he's so evil. But I think when you tell people he's this and that, then they're going to go listen. And then if they say, well, he's not any of these things, I actually like Tucker now because he's upsetting people for whatever reason. So now I'm curious, why is it that they're going after Tucker? So, and now they're interested and now they're watching. So it doesn't work. It just backfires. Instead, just say, just let Tucker, if you dislike Tucker so much, let his ideas be shown in the sunlight, and if you really think he's so bad and so evil and so dumb, then he'll just crash and burn. But right. whenever you you impose he's this and that, it has the opposite effect. So,
and the people who understand that the best seem to be those elected to political office that continue to get elected, that continue to do and say foolish things, but they know that the life cycle of a bad idea or bad news about that particular issue only is like a 3-day shelf life. And then we're so quick to move on that we're like, I mean, think about all the things that Jay Johnson in Virginia said, and he didn't say anything. He outlasted all of it. Mm-hmm. And, to your point, he just outlasted it because he didn't talk about it. He acted like it didn't happen. Like the ultimate gaslighting.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, we feel like we have to attend to accept every invitation to every brawl. We don't.
To people who don't have our same values or beliefs.
Right.
So
instead, it's the people who shouldn't speak up that cave to pressure. And you're like, Republicans, will you never learn to just be quiet, put your head down and do the work? So I don't know, but that's a great clip. Did you find that clip?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
It just makes me laugh because the left is so stupid. Like, really, all publicity is really good, all good publicity. And it's like they come back a bigger monster. You'd think they'd get a little smarter, but no. All right, on the other side, what are we doing?
Some things.
Can we talk about the filibuster?
Yes. Can we talk about Snap?
Oh, yes. All right, snapping filibusters. We'll be right back.
Hey, my friends, Phil Williams here. You've heard me talk about Inspire Advisors, how Paul Breyer and his team at Inspire Advisors will help you grow your investment portfolio while also screening out the companies that don't stand for conservative Christian principles. Look, they are experts in what is known as biblically responsible investing, and they are now offering a limited opportunity for a free class on that BRI. Check out the class, register for free, their website, www.moneypatternwealth.com. It's godly, it's conservative, it's financial freedom, y'all, with Inspire Advisors at www.moneypatternwealth.com. Check them out. Tell them you heard about it on Rightside Radio.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio 2.0.
I'm so glad you always know when I'm looking down.
Yeah, she starts doing the
just looking at my
shuffling,
notes.
and then
Sorry.
I panic because JP points, and then I gotta act like I know what I'm doing.
There is kind of a radio show going on, but yeah,
Sometimes we forget.
we could just play Guns N' Roses
And
the
it's
whole break.
Friday.
Yeah.
Freedom
Friday.
Friday. So I know it's not the most riveting conversation, but I'm a dork, and I think it's worthwhile. I would like to talk about the filibuster. I even researched and looked up the history of the filibuster.
Wow.
And because it really is a deep philosophical, is that a word?
Yes, it's a good word.
Conversation. Donald Trump is done with all the things the Democrats are doing, and he wants to get rid of the filibuster. Because now you don't even have to read the things. You can just I want a filibuster, and then everybody goes home. And so Donald Trump, I want to read what he put out, because he is continuing to put the pressure on the Senate to get rid of the filibuster. Remember, Republicans, regardless of the Schumer shutdown, the Democrats will terminate the filibuster the first chance they get. They will pack the Supreme Court, pick up 2 states, and add at least 8 electoral votes. Their 2 objectors are gone. Don't be weak and stupid. Fight, fight, fight. Win, win, win. We will immediately end the extortionist shutdown, get all of our agenda passed, and make life so good for Americans that these deranged Democrat politicians will never have the chance to destroy America. All caps. Republicans, you will rue the day that you didn't terminate the filibuster. Be tough, be smart, and win. This is much bigger than the shutdown. This is the survival of our country. First of all, what do y'all think about that statement?
Well, can I answer a different statement that he made?
Yeah.
It was at the beginning where he said we'd rue the day because the Democrats will change the rules as soon as they get there. So he's right about that. And then as you're reading it, I'm thinking, when he's drawn a line in the sand about issues like this, when has he been wrong?
Maybe the debt ceiling discussion. I wasn't sure about that one.
Yeah.
But I think JP, I want your thoughts. How do you feel about the filibuster?
I mean, I think the Republicans constantly falling back on, but what the Democrats will do this if we do. The Democrats are going to do what they're going to do anyways. So that does not need to be a crutch as to not doing something, especially when the Democrats are holding the government hostage. And because what they are wanting is for the SNAP to run out. They're wanting the FAA shortages. They're wanting chaos.
Yes.
Because that's the only card they have, is when people start losing their SNAP and people start, experiencing the chaos of a government shutdown for a long period of time. That's the rules of Marxism. They want chaos,
exactly.
And then they can rule over the ashes. So at a certain point, you got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's getting rid of the filibuster, I mean, that may have to be it. But I'm tired of the reasoning being, but the Democrats will do this, because the Democrats don't think before they do stuff, but the Republicans will do this because the Republicans never lift a finger to do anything to beat the left like that.
We don't know how to rule very well,
or
lead.
I mean, I think the filibuster itself is a interesting conversation, but if the question is, should Republicans do whatever they need to do without considering what the Democrats will do, I think the answer is you just do it, because that's what you got to do.
You have to be prepared. I mean, it 5 years ago, I would have said it's a terrible idea. You can't get rid of the filibuster. It gives the minority party a voice. It gives, it's a part of the checks and balances of the government. It's there. Now, it wasn't part of the Constitution. It was the founding fathers. It came way later. But at this point, the game has changed so much. And one of the things that drives me insane, and this happens in Montgomery too, and on the local and the state level, especially in Montgomery. We are at a super majority down there.
You don't say, Montgomery.
And we don't use the power we have. If you are in power, use your power. Because like you said, the Democrats are going to use it right back at you. And so why we and even like down in Montgomery in the Senate, they're always like, well, we have to pass at least 10 Democrat bills just to be fair.
Yeah.
Because
It's ridiculous.
they won't pass our bills.
We don't want to beat
and
them too
blah, blah,
bad.
blah.
Yeah.
It's mean.
Yeah.
That's really what you're
not
saying.
Fair. We got to consider because we don't want them to be rude to us. No. There's a reason you're a majority. There's a reason the people put you there. Pass your agenda. So I actually think I'm for getting rid of the filibuster and let's just ram it all through and give ourselves a fighting chance, because the way it's going, if we don't, I mean, he's pretty dramatic always, especially when he talks in all caps, but we might not have a country if they get back in power. If some of these things aren't codified, because right now most of it's executive order, which I hate to say it kind of means nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the way
Till the next
you
group
should
comes.
governor.
It's symbolic.
Well, think about this. Think about what you're saying. If we don't do this and if we don't seize this opportunity, we're really bad at this. They're actually starting to get behind Gavin Newsom.
Who's they?
Like, you're watching Democrats kind of slowly listen to and pay attention to Gavin. No matter what he says, he's like the Jay Johnson.
Jay Jones.
Doesn't matter what he does. He's actually a legitimate contender for 2028.
I think Newsom and AOC
Legitimate.
Oh,
This is what they will present. And because they're good at strategy and because they're good at winning, it's an option. This is a legitimate option. No matter that neither of them have done anything, they offer up word salads and diabolical plans while treating themselves like kings and queens. I'm sorry, just look at their lives. You can see. So Trump is right. If we do not seize the moment and finally, once and for all, do you like how I croaked when I said that, once and for all?
I thought you were about to cry.
Once and for all, handle it. We're going to be on the shield right back and we'll have nothing. Like, we get in these situations every single time. Are we not tired of losing?
Apparently not, because
Do we like it?
They the Senate leadership keeps coming out saying we don't have the votes. Ted Cruz, we don't have the votes. We don't have the votes. So I don't know what happens if nothing changes. If we don't do something, we've got 3 years of nothing.
Well, not even 3. Midterms are next year.
Yeah,
gosh.
you're right. No,
So,
you're right.
There's like no time to be fooling.
No, not at all.
And it is pretty ironic, the left calls the right fascist, but there's one party that has shut the entire government down just because they want to, and for what they want to be done. That seems a little bit authoritarian to me. Like, I don't know, that seems a little authoritarian of AOC and Bernie, and I would say Schumer and Jeffries, but they're really just taking answers from AOC.
They are. So how many times have we voted to open the government? 14? Or 13?
It's at least 14.
Okay. I thought it was at least 14. All right. 14 times the Democrats have said no. Please, this weekend, please remember that. No matter what they say back to you, they are the ones who have said no every time.
Even though this exact CR was passed earlier this year.
Even though.
When Biden was in office.
Because of the outrageous things that they're demanding be put back in. Also, they can release SNAP benefits without all the rigmarole. Like, so there's ways around doing what they're doing, but they would rather see people suffer.
And then blame Trump.
Yeah. It's just what you said, JP. It's a beautiful, bravo, Democrats. It's a beautifully executed communist tactic. It is a rules for radical moment. We're watching it, and every time we're like, we don't know what to do. Jesse? Yeah, we do.
But we're almost out of time. I cannot believe it's Friday. And
it's pretty crazy. It's Friday.
We did it, y'all. Well, we got 15 minutes. And then we
we're not there yet.
Yeah,
we could mess it all up.
Knock on something. But Abs, you with the SNAP benefits, there's a whole deeper conversation there that maybe we'll get into next week, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's a really important conversation that you wanted to have.
I do want to have a very deep conversation. It's a great little Insta clip that I sent to JP, and I don't even know if we'll play it today, but we're going to talk about it on Monday, because as the government stepped in and took our responsibilities away, you've seen what's happened, but it is a very good discussion to have, because whose responsibility is it? This is what I'll tease it with. Whose responsibility is it to help those who genuinely need help? I'm not talking about the people who refuse to work and are going to go and rob stores. Whose responsibility is it? And I have a little lesson from a trip our family took that smacked me over the head, that really opened my eyes and enlightened me as to the understanding. I'll just say this, in the past, churches were built straight across the way from hospitals. And that's all I'll say for now.
It's not daddy government?
It's a shock, Allison.
Could have sworn.
I mean, LBJ wishes it were.
Could have sworn.
FDR wanted it to be. But apparently, that's not the way flourishing societies are set up.
And that's a tough conversation. As in 2025, everybody just wants to kind of take care of their own little house and their own little world and make sure their kids are okay and their job is okay and they have the car and they have all the things. It's hard to actually think we're supposed to go out and be the hands and feet and take care of others. It's really uncomfortable because we love our things.
We do love our things, and it is uncomfortable, but it is a discussion worth having. And we know you, our brilliant audience, will have lots to say. So that is something we will cover next week, regardless of what happens with Trump and with higher court rulings this weekend. So pay attention to that. That's coming. But right now, we're going to take a break and then come back with the exit question or questions of the day. You're listening to Rightside Radio. See you on the other side. Welcome back to Rightside Radio. We're about to wrap up for the week, you guys. Week 1 in the books. Okay, I have questions. Do you have answers?
I love questions. I love these games.
Okay, good, because I got a lot of questions, but not like
guessing games.
A lot. I'm just saying for right now. Okay, you two. What's one of your favorite family traditions?
Like as a kid or now?
It can be whatever you want.
Okay. Well, I don't have many memories of my family.
I got one.
Okay, go ahead. Well,
My
I'm actually not kidding. Anyway.
well,
What's
Amy
that?
Poehler over here figures out what's going on.
Let me think for a minute.
my grandparents, who have both since passed, but they would take me and my younger sister every Christmas time to the Grand Ole Opry, and we would watch the Rockettes.
No way.
Oh,
every
that's fun.
yeah.
JP likes the dancing girls.
My grandfather, I don't know whose idea it was, my grandfather or my grandma, but the Grand Ole Opry is pretty sick. So
is it?
It was cool. Oh,
Never
yeah.
been.
And they would also decorate the iconic hotel. They would have a live nativity scene out in front of the hotel.
Ooh.
It was really cool. So
That's a good memory.
Mm.
Okay, Allison.
I mean, probably my mom started this. She always made monkey bread. Do y'all know what monkey bread is?
I do.
Monkey bread is divine.
She made monkey bread every Christmas and then Christmas morning. And so I've kind of continued that. It's like monkey bread just takes me back. My mom passed away 6 years ago. So it's very, very sentimental. And it's about this time it starts getting cold and start thinking about the monkey bread.
The monkey bread.
But I don't know. I have to think about my childhood.
Okay.
Like little. What about you?
I have 2. One is probably Christmas morning. We have brunch.
Okay.
So that's very fun.
We all said Christmas.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Tis the season.
Tis
almost.
the season. Probably Christmas brunch, which the night before is predicated by a little walk outside where I look at everybody's car in the driveway, which makes me so happy that everybody's at my
Aw.
house.
Yeah. That's sweet.
So
That's sweet.
kind of all goes together.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are good. Those are really good, you guys. All right. Now, this
You've
is
got like categories. You have them
I've got
separated?
categories. This is another family question.
Okay.
And I bet y'all are going to say the same. Well, we'll see. Not a bad one. What's a smell that reminds you of childhood?
White Rain hairspray.
Oh, it's
The
good.
purple bottle.
I love
Sixth
it.
grade.
I love it.
When your bangs, one went straight back and one went
Yeah.
straight down,
Mhm.
and then you feathered them.
Yeah.
But if
And
you,
it had that kachinka.
yeah, and
kachinka.
it would kind of get stuck
Yes.
because it was so strong.
Yes.
And you had to push through it.
I can't relate. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can't.
I want
can
to see
you?
a picture of you with hair.
It'd probably be weird. It'd probably freak you out.
I want to do
Okay.
it. I want to see it. Do
All
you
right.
have
I like
one?
that. Oh, that's good.
Not all. Well, I sure I could dig some and find some, but it would look weird.
Okay.
Or Sea Breeze. You remember Sea Breeze?
Oh my word. I use Sea Breeze like it was going to actually help my face.
Instead, it just like burned
burned.
a hole in it.
It's where girls learned the phrase suffer for beauty. But it really didn't do anything for your sits. So you just are like, okay, I'm going to hope for the best.
It was blue rubbing alcohol. That's all it
Basically,
was.
that was in a fancy package.
JP doesn't even know what we're talking about.
No,
No, I
I'm
don't.
sorry.
I'm
Our
not a girl.
listeners do. So what about you? What's a smell that reminds you of your childhood?
Mine's also Christmas related again, but my great grandmother had a recipe for chocolate chip cookies that have been passed down, and every year at around Christmas time we make. I don't know what's different about these chocolate chip cookies, but they're the best I've ever had. But just the smell of those chocolate chip cookies, yeah, that's one of the first ones that comes to mind.
Is she a Nestle? Was she a Nestle's Toll House chocolate chip cookie? I mean, like the chocolate chip, was she very specific on
I
which
don't
kind,
know.
or did it matter?
This was actually my Altoona great grandmother, so I don't know.
Oh,
I don't
so
know how
she
specific
used
she was.
Hershey's.
I'm pretty
she
sure.
used
Hershey's.
Hershey's.
Yeah.
Hershey's. That's what she used.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever it was, it's amazing.
She put salt on her.
I think so.
That's the key.
I think there's salt. Yeah.
Those breakup cookies from the Crestline.
The Crestline.
It's can't remember, but there's a bakery in Crestline that
That's
it's a bookstore. Anyway, I'll have to get us some. Actually, I'll make cookies and I'll put some big chunks of sea salt on
Make
them.
sure they're not purple. Oh, those were the biscuits.
Yeah, it was only the biscuit.
She
We'll
made-
tell you the biscuit story.
Purple biscuits one time. Jeff from Indiana says the smell of silly putty.
Oh no, I can smell
You know
silly
what's so
putty.
funny?
Jeff from Indiana, you're not going to believe this, but Allison Sinclair
Look, I
has
keep silly putty.
Silly putty. Wow, I feel like it's old times.
No, I'm really not ADHD or any of that, but apparently I get bored. So I haven't, it's been so busy this week, but I keep silly putty.
How about the
Honestly, here-
metallic smell of the what were the ones that would go down the stairs that would roll the ring? Oh my word.
Slinky?
Slinkies. I was thinking of
Slinkies, yeah.
Shrinky Dinks.
Wait,
Slinkies.
Is the show over?
Yeah, this is the outro music.
Fresh cut grass, John.
What?
Playground gravel. The smell of silly putty.
Huh. I don't smell anything.
She's huffing silly putty before we go.
I love put silly putty on the funny papers. On the comics.
Smells like a elementary school classroom.
Okay, so you guys, thank you for sticking with us this week. Monday will be SNAP benefits and whatever shenanigans and merriment we're going to get into on Monday. Maybe Auburn will have a new football coach.
I just would like to give y'all a clap. We did it. We made it. I think we at least still have 3 listeners. It was a success. Y'all have a great weekend. Roll Tide, War Eagle. We'll see y'all Monday.
You're listening live